Alright, so tonight's notes are going to be about Germany, Switzerland, and Austria. So let's go ahead and begin. Make sure you're taking notes. I'll be sure to be checking these tomorrow, and they are going to be very important for whenever we get done with Western Europe and we take our exam over it. The three countries that we're going to be looking at today are Germany, Austria, located right there, and then Switzerland, located right there. Okay, so the first country of Germany. First country we're going to look at is Germany. Here's a symbol, common symbol you see in Germany. Here's a government building. There is the Alps right there, and then there's the German flag. The landscapes. The mountains in the north and plains in the south form the landscape of Germany. The Alps rise in the southern German state of Bavaria, and the lower slopes of these mountains are a favorite destination for skiers. In fact, a lot of people go there to ski, and they often have either X Games and Olympic Games and all that sort of stuff located there as well. Rivers are very important in Germany because they are used to transport raw materials and manufactured goods, just like in the United States with the Mississippi River. They transport goods down lots of these rivers as well, like the Rhine, etc. Its economy, they're a global economic power. In fact, they're one of the largest exporters of goods in the world. And they're one of the primary leaders in the European Union. The growth of factories, service industries, and high technology, especially high technology, have been used up to supply of workers, so a number of workers have to come in from other countries. In fact, they have a large importation of people from outside of the country, like Switzerland and other areas that come into Germany and work in some of those industries. The Black Forest is a famous forest located in Germany. It's often a backdrop to a lot of stories like Hansel and Gretel and lots of fairy tales. This forest lies just north of the Alps, but really is the forest black? No, right? It's not like they have black trees or anything like that. In fact, you can see some of the pictures located right here. It's a beautiful forest. But the thing is, the trees grow so close to each other that it just seems like it's really black, like it's really dark. Their government is kind of like the U.S., where they have a federal republic. So the national and the states governments all share power. So you have a national government, then you have a state government, and they share a lot of the powers. And a president serves as the ceremonial head of state, but the person with a lot of real power is the chancellor. He's chosen by one of the two houses of parliament they have, and he's really the big head of state. So instead of being just a figurehead, the ceremonial person with the president, the chancellor, is the one that really has a lot of the power there in Germany. The reunification is one of the biggest challenges that the government faced. So remember, Germany was divided after World War II. This process has been very difficult because East German workers don't have as much technological experience, so it's hard for them to find good jobs. If you remember the Berlin Wall separating East from West Berlin, East Berlin didn't really have the advantages of West Berlin. So once they reunified and joined back together and the Berlin Wall was gone, it became often difficult for the East Berliners to often get a step forward in a lot of those industries. Their people, they have about 82.2 million people, and they trace their ancestry to a group who settled Europe around 100 AD. So their ancestry thrives in that area, or has thrived in that area. Their official language is German, as you may know. So on to Switzerland and Austria. And again, you can see some of the quaint little towns that they have there in Switzerland and Austria. Very snow-capped, typically, is what you'll see of these buildings. The landscape. The Alps form most of the landscape in Switzerland and Austria. That's why you'll often hear these countries called the Alpine countries. And as you can see, it's beautiful. They have lots of mountains, and often skiers find their ways to these Alps as well, just like in Germany. The Swiss have enjoyed a pretty stable government for nearly 700 years. It's quite remarkable. Because of its location, they've practiced neutrality in all of the world wars, and as a result, they're now a center of many international organizations from all over the world. And what neutrality means is that they did not pick a side in the world wars. They stayed neutral. They didn't choose the Axis or the Allies in World War II, or in same thing in World War One. Their capital is Zurich. The country has few natural resources, but really is a thriving industrial nation because of the international organizations that are there. Even with the few natural resources they have, they still thrive in the economy. They actually have four official languages, so kind of unique. There is German, French, Italian, and Romansh there. And really none sticks out more than the other, so it's pretty unique for the size that it is. Austria. Austria is a landlocked country, meaning it does not face any water. There's countries on all sides of it, and it lies in the heart of Europe, so roughly about in the middle. The Alps cover nearly three-fourths, or 75% of the country, and kind of a unique little bit of trivia. The Sound of Music took place in the Alps in Austria, so if you ever watch that or have watched that, that's where most of that took place. Vienna is the capital, and it's in fact the largest city. And the famous composer Mozart lived and performed in Austria. And that's the end of the notes. So hopefully you've taken some good notes, and we'll be going over them tomorrow.